nation. The night ain't over. When the lights get low, we answer the call. This is last call. Let's ride. Silver and black under Vegas sky. Another week down, the fire still flies. We've taken the punches, we've stood through the pain, but hope is different in the desert rain. Jeff leads the charge. Last call on deck, breaking down the truth with zero regret. Chris and Jason in the booth stand tall. Three voices, one nation. We ride for it all. Last call. Turn it up, let the whole world hear. We bleed silver and black every night, every year. Win or lose, man, we still stand proud. 'Cause the nation rolls deep and we're always loud. Game day stories, highs and lows. What's next? Only the Raider wind knows. But tonight we break it down, no filter at all. This is your moment. This is last call. Raise your glass, raise your voice. Raider Nation, this is our choice. Ride together, stand tall. Welcome to the show. Reagan's last call.
Well, welcome to the Raiders Last Call podcast. Good evening, Raider Nation. I'm Christopher Raiders, and on the far other side of me is Jason Downs. As you notice, Jeff didn't get any younger. He didn't grow a beard. He didn't dye his hair. Jeff, the lucky bastard, is going to be at the Philadelphia game. We do have a special guest. I'll let Jason introduce him. And of course, Jason is muted. You can't hear him.
Go ahead.
There you go. Introduce special guest.
Duncan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Donuts Duncan. I'm going to be Jason's co-host on his Tuesday show. And yeah.
It's going to be fire. A lot of great content coming up on the Tuesday show. Me and myself and Donuts Duncan, we've been friends for about a year now, year and a half on the Discord chat.
Yeah. A little over that, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Rodney All Aboard on the All Aboard Discord. If anybody gets a chance, Google Rodney or go into YouTube, Rodney All Aboard. He puts out some great content. His only thing is he has to wear that stupid Utah Jazz hat when he does his content. But there's a lot of great guys in that. Half Black Zach, my buddy from Vegas. We'll even give Cairo 3 a shout out. What do you think, Duncan?
Yeah, I mean, you already did.
You guys remember, this is the Last Call podcast, so you guys did your promo already. So anyway, let's talk to the chat. We got PMW in there. Hey, PMW Mark, what's up? We got to do the Raider call. Let's see, Jeff, you does it. I'm trying to find out where you did with it, but it's here somewhere. Welcome to the show. I'll find it in a minute. I'll do it. Then we got Raider Real. Hey, what's going on? And then we got, okay. Anybody can say that name? He said hello. Hello. I can't say that name. We got another Bianca Bill. You guys welcome to the show. So this is really last call. We have some topics to talk about. Jason's going to bring the topics that we'll talk about it. I got a few things I want to say later on. I'm a rant. I do have to go to the show because I have to go to one of those Christmas parties tonight. I don't want to go, but I'm going anyway. So, Jason, go ahead.
Well, I had a monologue that I was going to do, considering I was going to be the host of the show. I was
You are
asked
the
to
host of the show. We're co-hosts. So go ahead. I'm just here.
I already deleted the monologue, so and I didn't memorize it.
State of the Raiders. There we go. Are there signs of life? What do you think, Duncan? What can I call you? Donuts or Duncan?
I mean, you can call me Duncan. Yeah. I mean, Duncan's my name.
Oh, Duncan's your last name. Okay.
State of the Raiders. I mean, roster-wise, we're pretty thin on talent. Got a few great pieces that we can build off with Bowers, Genty, but really lacking O-line, D-line depth. Need some DB help. Like, talent-wise, we're rough. So it kind of makes it hard, in my opinion, to judge too much on the coaches, but with some of the decisions they made, not a huge fan. And hopefully we let Spytek have a few years and build up the roster he wants, because we can't just keep turning the ship around every single season and expect better results.
Mm-hmm.
Question: do we let Pete run the chorus, or can we bring in Lovie Smith? Jason, what do you think about that?
No, I would not bring in Lovie Smith. I think Lovie Smith's he's past his time.
Yeah. The Pete Carroll run the chorus. I don't know about that, but Lovie Smith, he can do better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan, what's your thoughts on that?
On Lovie Smith? I mean, why are we going to trade in Pete Carroll for Lovie Smith? I feel like that'd put us in the same boat. Like, why not just write it out with Pete Carroll if we're going to try Lovie Smith?
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Let's see. Someone said, I got these names that come pop in the chat. I can't pronounce them. I don't know. Hi. That's all I can say. Go ahead, Jason. You go to the show.
No, I'm good. I'm good. The state of the Raiders.
Basically,
I mean, it is what it is until they figure out who they want to, who's going to be in charge, and large and in charge. It's just going to be the same broken bicycle wheel spinning around.
Exactly. Broken spokes, right?
I got one thing. For State of the Raiders, Jason, what was it you would always say that Al Davis used to say, how you make a great team?
First,
start with great coaches.
Then you get great players.
So, I mean, we gotta build that coaching staff up.
But I mean, I also too, and especially with today's football, is that front office has to be solidified too, and there has to be a hierarchy. Now, Mark Davis has already come out and said that, the head coach is going to have ultimate say in the type of players we get and the roster, the roster is constructed. He's already said that, which to me basically just tells the GM you're just a punch boy on this one. Mm-hmm. That's not the way it should be. And on top of that, we should have an executive umbrella over the GM as well. So the GM doesn't have the ultimate. So there has to be some type of there has to be another link in between the owner and the GM because of the GM's responsibilities. So there has to be some type of oversight. You have to correct that oversight gap. And so we have it on the business side. Okay. We have the executive on the business side to take care of that portion of it. Now we need it on the football side. We need that executive that is the go-between the owner and the GM, because the owner is going to want his details at his whim. Whereas all he calls the president should already have all that put together. Whereas the GM itself, if he had a president of football operations, and then you went down to a GM. Now the GM doesn't have to worry about dealing with the owner. He could just work on his day-to-day functions of injury reports, availability, waiver wires, all that stuff, and concentrate on that. And then him and the coach, they have to. I mean, all successful teams have a great pairing. The state of the Raiders, we're not in that. And do I see any signs of life? I do, but until they correct the Tom Brady issue.
But see, here's the functionality of it all. The GM supposed to be in charge of the football team itself. I know the GM supposed to talk to the coach. Coach, what do we need? The coach will say, we need this guy. I'll go get him. That's the GM. That used to be a GM job back in the day when I watched football. The GM will go get the guys that the coaches need. The coach is not in charge of GM responsibilities. The GM responsibility is to get the players, the free agents, and everything else that need to make this team. The GM is to build a team. That's what they call general managers. General managers above everybody else, except for the president, except for the owner. It goes in tiers. But the way this organization is run right now, it seems like the coach has a final say in everything. It shouldn't be that way. The coach should be like, hey, GM, let's have a talk. I need this. Get me that player so we can be better. Instead of coach saying, I want this player. Because it don't seem like Spytech is running this team. It's like it's Pete Carroll running this team, and then Brady, then Mark Davis. So Spytech to me is a figurehead that had that nameplate on his desk. That's what's sounds to me. So I don't know what's going on in the organization, but they'll start from the bottom to the top. Mark Davis, you're the top, you own the team, you making the money, blah, blah. Just write the checks. Work down the system and to get the team right. They're not doing that. Do you agree or what? Am I saying something wrong?
No, that was well spoken. Our organization's been a mess for many years now, so it's
What's up, Linebacker, you?
Where do we start at? We got to get that GM and have him get more power, so that way he's building the roster in his vision, and then he ends up deciding who the next coach is, so that way it's kind of in line with his vision of what the team should look like.
Well, usually a GM hires the coach. Usually. But the coach did before GM got there. So the GM will pick a coach that the vision on the same as this. He want that coach to coach that division of his team. You know what I mean? It's like I have a vision. I want to be a what's that called? Jason back in the day with I used to use a long time ago the high flying act. What's it called? I can't think of it. Where I want to be one of those high flying throwing every down team. He's gonna hire a coach to coach that specific type of team.
You mean a run and shoot team?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Jason. Run and shoot. Now, it's not going to do it now, but it's hypothetically speaking.
Right.
You know, I want to run and shoot offense. That's GM mentality. I'm thinking this. So what GM going to do is hire a coach that can perform the run and shoot, and then draft the players to perform the run and shoot. So that's the GM don't have, so GM is in charge of that. When you hire the coach first, coach got a vision, the GM has a vision. So it's a clash. It's a clash of like, what do you want to do? Well, I want this, but we got to build this. I don't care. This is what I want.
Well, that's what we've been having with Gruden, McDaniels, somewhat Pete now off this first season, is where the coach is getting what he wants.
Hey, bueno.
Like it's not working. So definitely need Spytech to step it up and start running it his way. And hopefully the owners back him on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's what it is that I understand Pete Carroll want to do this and probably take one of these players now. I will talk about that in a minute. So the state of the nation, the Raiders, We're not going nowhere. We're not doing anything.
Are there any signs of life?
Well, there's always going to be signs of life as long as you're in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, but at this point, I mean, we're in a dead year, so a lot of us are going to carry that with us. It's just, but how do I put it? The shit's got to be blowed up again. And unfortunately, a lot of people, and I was one of them at the beginning of this year, that had a lot of great expectations. Right?
Me too.
I wasn't expect. I predicted 6 to 8 wins, and I predicted 6 to 8 wins was basically the same construct of what last year's roster was. We've made a few changes on the defensive side of the ball, but they were basically Pete and parcel what we did last year. So there wasn't a dynamic change on the defensive side of the ball. The offensive side of the ball, we added Genty, we got rid of Jacoby. Later on in the year, we got rid of Jacoby. But in all essence, before we went into the season, Jacoby was a lame duck, I would say, because of the contract and the pissing and moaning match that was going on there. He was basically a lame duck. So I would really consider his year with us ended when training camp started, even though he played about 6 games for us, 5-6 games. But overall, I mean, a lot of people, you keep hearing this. We need to rebuild. We need to rebuild. We need to rebuild. Well, I hate to tell you this. We've been rebuilding for the last 3 years. It just ain't working.
I think it's been longer than that.
Well, no, because the pillars were rising with Gruden, with the slack. They were starting to rise. You can kind of see that there was an identity starting to form. Okay. And it was starting to come to.
I'm going to cut you off. How long ago was that? That was 4 years ago.
2022.
Okay. That was almost 4 years ago. We were actually, I agree with you though. We were actually starting to build identity. We went to the playoffs under Gruden's team, not Bisaccia, but Gruden's team went to the playoffs. We had that identity. We were building that up. But then Mark Davis decided, well, since Gruden had to go, I'm going to fire Bisaccia, then I'm going to give him a whole new coaching staff in. That was a downfall right there. Gruden even said a while back, give me 4 years. I don't take any playoffs, I'll quit. He said that. I can find it. I'll find it. I remember he said that. Yeah. You remember hearing that?
That was in the same. That was in the same conversation when he said, "If I can't win with Derek Carr, then you need to fire me." It was an exact same interview.
And in context, said, "If I can't see the playoffs in 4 years, then you can fire me." Well, we got to the playoffs in his third year. His team did, not him, but his team did. Then what he built, and then all that BS happened. Then now look where we are. Hiring coaches, trying to get coaches, and like this. But somebody has to step up and take control of this damn team. Because right now, it's like, who's in control of this damn team? Duncan, do you have any thoughts on who's in control?
I think nobody really is in control of the team right now because it's technically Mark, but he passes the keys off to some coach usually, and GM comes in without any power. The coach has all the power. But now it seems like he's pushing it off to Brady. And how much input does Brady actually have? Because he's busy in his own life. He owns a soccer team in England. He's commentating in the NFL. Like, he's not actively involved with the team.
Hold on a second. I just found it. Here we go.
Raiders.
So Black. Yeah. I agree with you, but
and the powers to be at the top of the Raiders, they just ultimately need to come together, agree on what the vision is. Are we chopping this thing down and setting a new foundation and building with what the young pieces we have now and just try to build through the draft and keep using these 1 and 2 year contracts on free agents to fill in spots till we can get a young foundation. Like that's kind of seems like the only answer, player personnel wise. Otherwise, we're going to keep overspending on big free agent names and reaching for the stars and keep not succeeding and wasting money. And if we are able to build up a young team, we're going to be able to get a nice young coach, just like the older, successful Al Davis days. Get a young, hungry coach that leads the team with a bunch of energy and cause chaos on that field.
Well, you mentioned Al Davis, and Jason will tell you this. I'm going to tell you this, and our old fans say this. When Al Davis ran the team, he was in charge of every damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
He will tell the coach, like, he'll tell the coach, like, you're going to run deep passes. I mean, just like, saying that. And the coach will do it. If the coach didn't, he'll fire the coach. What do you say?
Yeah. I mean, that's why he ended up trading Gruden, right? Is Gruden wanted to do something different and gotten in disputes with Al. And I was like, see ya.
That's why I got real Lane Kiffin and the other guys. Like, you not listen to what I got to say, you go. Sorry, Jason, what are you going to say?
Well, what's our next topic?
Next topic. Let's see. Let's go ahead and kind of start getting into tomorrow's version of the Raiders matchups on offense and defense.
Yeah, start.
Huh?
Go ahead, start it out. What do you think?
What do you guys, given to my? Now we're going to have severely inclement weather tomorrow, so that's going to play a big factor on our offensive scheme and our defensive scheme. So, Duncan, what are you looking for tomorrow for us to have some type of success?
We're going to have to rely on that quick passing game with Kenny Pickett. I mean, he's going to have to use his legs a lot more often than Gino's shown all year and able for us to move the ball. I mean, we can't rely on the run game because it hasn't been there all season. Like, we just don't have the O-line for that. Mm-hmm. The Eagles have a great front seven, so they're going to be able to stuff that run, even if who's their stud D tackle?
Carter's out.
Yeah, Carter's out. Like, even without him, though, they're going to be able to stuff our run. So, definitely going to have to rely on that quick passing game.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Chris?
You said inclement weather. I didn't check the Philadelphia weather report because I live in LA County or not, Fern County, whatever. What, snow, rain, heavy rain, or what?
I think they're estimated 3 to 4 feet of snow tomorrow morning.
So, here's the thing. It's gonna be snow. The best they can do, since Velcro hand Pickett's going to throw the ball, like Duncan said, short passes, run the ball. The offensive line looked a lot better last week when they implemented Caleb Rogers in line. Have Genty run outside, keep his footing, because the field's going to be slippery. I think they play on grass, right, in Philadelphia? Yeah,
I believe it's. I think it's synthetic now.
That's synthetic kind of grass? Okay. So it's going to be slippery. The best thing to do is run the ball. Nothing fancy. Nothing, high tempo stuff. Just easy control. Because one thing I think the Raiders actually played the best defense they could play. One of the top 5 defenses they played this last week. And they did decent when Pickett was in. They did okay at out of 3 drives, 2 of them were scoring drives. And how often do you say about the Raiders? Not at all. 8 or 5 was good. They probably need to just run the ball, now up the middle. If you're going to run the ball, run to Caleb Rogers' side because whoever's online, they ain't going to do it for him. Run to Caleb Rogers, see what he can do. Maybe put in Grant, which I doubt they'll do. But run the ball, short passes, intermediate passes. Let Pickett run, roll out the pocket because that defensive front is pretty rough. Although they are missing Jalen Carr because he's out, but still the backup is just as good as what they have right now. I think their back is probably better than some of our backers. Matter of fact, I know they are. So let's let them run out, boom, boom. Because one thing they're going to do, that everything's going to do the rest of this year, is watch that number 89 guy. That's the key to the Raiders' success is him, and they're going to watch him. So that's something they can do on offense. Is like just run the ball short, throw short passes, methodically go down the field and get a touchdown. Not a field goal, but a touchdown.
What say you, Jason?
Yeah, what's that you?
Well, it's kind of hard to say at this point because we don't know what we're going to get with Kenny Pickett, although we had some splashes last week in the fourth quarter with him. And it's no secret that Denver pulled their foot off the gas pedal. I think they pulled their foot off the gas pedal on offense more than they did on defense, to be quite honest with you. I still saw some 5-man pressures that they tried to bring at Kenny Pickett that he was able to escape the pocket, kind of clean the pocket up a little bit himself and adjust to minimize the flow of that pass rush. But all in all, it's gonna. I know Philadelphia. They have a way of showing a lot of cover too, and adjusting on the fly. They're still really solid. They're solid on the back end, and we are not solid in the wide receiver room. So I think that's going to be a null and void situation. And I mean, it comes down to for the last 15 weeks, we've heard Genty, because that's basically what we've got and what if we can't get him flowing, then it's just going to be the same dirty laundry that we air every week. Mm-hmm. So that's what it comes down to. Now, I can tell you this, and this is kind of a good sign as we go into this matchup, is Philadelphia right now is being very generous with the ball. So when we do get a turnover, we got to take advantage of it. Get points on the board, preferably 7, because if you stack 7s on turnovers, you can take control of that game really quick. So instead of just trying to settle for a field goal. So maybe we can get some turnovers with inclement weather. We're probably going to turn the ball over quite a bit as well. So look for the ball to be on the ground quite a bit tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, let's see. One thing about that is that the Raiders are a West Coast team, and plus they play in a stadium. They don't play in snow very often. When they do, they have a very lousy record. So the weather's going to be a advantage in Philly in the snow against the Raiders. But the fumbles, the turnovers, the fumbles is not by Genty. It's not by the receivers that they catch the ball. The turnovers problems we have is against Pickett had that one fumble when he first got in the game that a few weeks ago. Yeah, he fumbled the ball snap, but he just got in there. If he can hold to the ball, that's why he wearing Velcro gloves. That's what I call him. If he can hold to the ball, he's fine. Genty, I don't know. Genty had really a couple of fumbles, lost one. So the turnover issue in that part is fine for us. We should better hold to the ball. The thing is that we have to maintain possession, not necessarily just hold to the ball, but maintain possession, drive on the field, and get points. I say touchdowns. Okay, we'll get a field goal because this is a snowy weather. It's going to be snowing, or it'll be a snowy type of field. It's going to be harder to score. Now we had those break 60-yard throws out of the field in that kind of conditions. So maintain the ball. Maintain no fumbles, no interceptions. However, I'm going to say this. Philadelphia don't look like Philadelphia last year. Don't know what happened. Don't know what's going on. But history dictates that every team that's on a slide, when they play the Raiders, all of a sudden they get better. Don't know why it is. It happened a few times last year. It happened a few times a few years back. Always happened. I don't want that to be this game where Philadelphia finally, okay, we're back now. We beat the Raiders. We're back. That's what probably what happened. And then they make that last 3-game run and go blah blah. Also remember that Jason had a record up for the East when we pulled it up.
Mhm.
Philadelphia will go to playoffs, but they got Dallas on their heels. On their heels. They're right behind them, 2 games out or whatever, one game. So if Philadelphia loses this game, Dallas is 1 game back. So they have to go in there to attempt to win this division. Because the only person competing with them is Dallas. They don't want to lose this game and not make the playoffs because I don't think a wild card will come out that division, the NFC East. This is a game that they have to win. And what better way to do it is against the Raiders, who are on a 7-game losing streak. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. That's the Eagles' get-right game. But they got to show up, and Raiders have been looking for that win, so it's possible the Raiders also just end up getting a W on that board. Because the Raiders are hungry for a win. Those players and coaches are out there giving their all.
Jason, are you hungry for a win?
I have been since September.
I'll start the season.
Yeah.
I mean, a 7-game win streak. It doesn't. I'll just ask this in the chat. Does it feel like it's been longer than a 7-game losing streak?
No, it
Yeah.
has.
Doesn't it? I mean, for example, when we beat the Titans. Did that feel like a win?
Jason,
Not really.
I was at the game, and it was fun being
That
at the game. It didn't feel like a win to me. It felt like we got him. Now
At the game versus what you see on TV, 2 different things.
Yeah, I'm saying I was at the game. It didn't feel like a win. We were celebrating and chatting at the game, but in my heart, like, did we really win? Because we played the worst team in the NFL. We should have won.
Yeah.
So that's it. You know, TV. You watch the TV. Did it feel like a win to you on TV?
Oh, no. It just seemed like we were the less sucky team. That was a tank bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So my thing is this. Yeah, we got somebody saying salute to us. I don't know who this guy is, man. I should go ahead now. Just go ahead and boot him out. What's up, Jeff? How's out the trip in Philly?
Salute, Skipper.
I'm gonna be honest.
Nice to see you, Snookums.
Be honest, Jeff. Be honest, Duncan. Both of you guys. We're right now sitting at number 2 pick. When this game drop us down to, they said number
8.
5.
I think it drops us to 8.
I thought it was 7.
I think it's 8 because of strength of schedule.
Yeah, okay. So it's 8. Okay. So we go from 2 to 8, just like that, from a win. Don't want to see the Raiders losing any more games ever in the history of the Raiders. I want to see go 20-0 next year. But that's impossible. Well, not really, but hypothetically impossible. I don't want them to lose to any more teams. But at the state of the Raiders right now, I'd rather see them keep that number 2 pick or possibly number 1 pick and use that for leverage to the rest of the NFL. Because, like Jason said earlier, rebuilding. Yeah, I think he said just like wipe the slate clean everybody out, the 1-year contracts and all that stuff. Yeah, because we're number 3 in the cap situation. We have $116 million for next year as it stands now. It could be more. Now it won't go down, it'll go up. So use this and build a better team. Spy tech, make decisions. Get the quarterback you need. Get the line you need. Get the defense you need. Get all that you need and rebuild. In like 2 years, probably won't take another year or 2 years for us to get that team that we want. a winning team. They can win 9 to 10 to 11, 12 games a year, not 2, 4, or 3. What say you guys?
Only, I mean, I agree we got to build up the roster, so trading back to get more picks would be a good way of doing that. My only concern with it is we build up that roster so we can support a quarterback, and then we can't get a quarterback because we get an extra 2 or 3 wins, and then we're stuck picking at picks 8 through 15.
All right.
So, and just personally, I think we should draft a quarterback, whether that be Mendoza or Moore. That could be talked on another show or whatever. But I think you got to take that quarterback, let him sit his first year, draft around him, bring in a coach for him, because there's no guarantee that we're going to be able to get that quarterback. We can always keep building the team around him after we do get him, though.
I disagree, Lineberg. There might not be a spectacular quarterback now in this draft, but you never know. They might be one of those quarterbacks that come out the draft and just like blow your mind away. But the quarterback's not the issue. It's the guy who's in front of the quarterback, which is the coaching. You can drive a round 4 quarterback, come on and just like be the MVP of next year. You don't know that. They might look good in college, but some of the quarterbacks might be good in pros. And some of the guys look good in college, kind of pros, not that good. So I disagree with you, agree and disagree with you. There's no first-time quarterback in college this year. Yet, we don't know. Depends on what system and what team they go to. What coaching staff is there. How to develop the quarterback. Because right now, I don't see, besides maybe Mendoza, maybe slightly more, can come in the NFL right now and be a starter. What say you, Jason?
Well, I'm going to deviate a little bit and go off the beaten path here.
Go ahead.
If we end up with the number 1 pick, it has to be a franchise-changing draft pick, whether it's a quarterback, linebacker, tackle. But it has to be one of those positions where the focal point is he's going to come in, that person's contribution is going to be immediate and impactful, and it's going to be continuous, and it's going to follow through with a lot of leadership intangibles. So you're looking at obviously we squarely look at the quarterback as being number 1. Why? Because he's the field general. He's the one that's going to touch the ball on every play on the offensive side of the ball. So you have to hit that. It doesn't matter who we draft it. If we get the number 1 pick or even the number 2 pick, it has to be a franchise-changing pick. It can't be a guess. It can't be a I think. It can't be a my fucking opinion. It has to be absolute. And when that GM sits down with the scouting department, it better be an absolute. If they sign off on it as an absolute pick, I, as a Raider fan, will buy into it. Now, down the road, I get a question at because it's my money that's paying for this shit, right? It's your money that's paying for this, right, Duncan? Chris, you guys buy merchandise?
Yeah.
You buy so you buy merchandise, you watch it on TV, you pay for all.
I buy black market merchandise. I show it the underground.
But
yeah, I get you. You got to put a team out there that make us want to come to the games and buy stuff. Because only jersey they're selling right now is what? Brock Bowers. Genty choose number 2.
Jerseys.
Max Crosby, Genty, and the Bowers. 3 jerseys that they're selling really well, and that's it. There should be more than that. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the games.
You're basing your evaluation on jersey sales.
Wait. Let me finish. I want to finish it. You look at the games. You look at the crowd. Why is more of the other team there? Because why are you gonna pay tickets to go to a game? The fans are not there. Yeah, the jerseys and all sale counts, man, because that's called the NFL share thing. It counts because if the fans don't buy jerseys, the fans don't buy merchandise or anything like that. The Raiders don't get a share of that. They don't get a share of that at all. None of the NFL does. Okay. Now, what was you going to say about what I was talking?
So in your evaluation of somebody's qualities, it's based off the jersey sales, correct?
I didn't say that. I said that the jersey
Okay.
sales. I just said, you got teams
I
that
was
sell.
I was confused. I just wanted to make sure that.
I'm just saying though that the fan base,
Marcus.
the fan base is there all over the country, all over California, all over the world. But when you continuously put a losing team or lose a bad product on the field, you're gonna lose that fan base. Then what do you have? Huh? What's the question? What do you have?
You got to put a winning You got to put a winning product out on the field for your fan base to attract to it. The jersey sales are going to happen. I mean, people are going to buy Brock Bowers jerseys. They're going to buy Mad Max jerseys because that's their favorite player. That doesn't necessarily mean that player is the ultimate. We can say that now with what we have, but there could be a player that comes along, could be a quarterback, could be a center, could be a guard, could be a middle linebacker or a strong safety that we draft with that pick that is a franchise-changing impact player, but doesn't necessarily attract to all the fan base. Because now that person will elevate Brock Bowers more. He'll elevate Mad Max more. He'll elevate Jonah Lalu more, Adam Butler more. So now we get more of those jersey sales as well because everybody's game is starting to rise up. And I use that as.
I'm gonna contradict that. I'm gonna cut you off. Contradict that. Okay. Let's see if there's what's Thornton's number? I don't even see that much. Thornton, the receiver drafted. What's his number?
10.
Okay. So let's say Thornton come in the league. He's a rookie. Come in the league. And he comes in fire high. Has 101 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Get something to that jersey. It sells because of Thornton. He did it. Thornton is a rookie of the year, or Thornton is a second all team. That jersey sells. That's the point I'm making. When you get it, we need a guy in there to make a difference in the team, like you were saying. I agree with you on that. When you guys get in there, you make a team, people are going to notice. Like, I'm watching the Raider game because I want to see how many catches Thornton get, how many touchdowns he get. I want to see the game because that Thornton is like the lead in receiving. I want to see the game because Thornton is the man. That's the kind of rookie we need. Like you said, that's the kind of number one pick we need. Somebody to make an impact on this team to make it like, damn, good pick. Let's run with it. Who's that guy we picked? Jenkins. Oh, I want his jersey now because he made an impact for the Raiders. You know, Jenkins, there's no such guy. I'm just making him up. There's a Jenkins, but Jenkins is the defensive tackle we drafted in the first round, number one pick. It's hypothetical now. It's non-existent in fantasy league. The defensive tackle we drafted in the first round, number one pick. Why would we draft him? But then he comes to the league as a rookie, and he's accounted for 12 sacks. 8, 9 tackles for losses. He stops the run. Multiple quarterback pressures. He's changing the game. That's the kind of guy we need. Then everybody gonna see that number Jenkins, number 96, whatever number he might be. They're gonna like, oh, I want that Jenkins jersey, man, because shit, he impacted the Raiders.
Yeah,
that's the point I'm making. We need that guy, like you said. We need that guy at the first round pick. Where's number 1 or number 8? We need that guy. What say you, man? Talk, Duncan. I know it's first time on YouTube. Duncan, this is Duncan first time on YouTube Live, man. We're trying to break
technically, it's his second.
Yeah, but With us, man. This is the first time, man. So welcome. You're no longer a virgin. Oh, can I say that on YouTube?
Well,
Hey, let's give it real quick, Duncan, before we get too far. We've kind of ignored the chat a little bit here.
I've been going with it. I've been going through it.
Well, we need to get the acknowledgments out there. First and foremost, 805, thanks for joining
Thank you,
us. I know you're
linebacker,
out
you.
there.
All right,
Linebacker, you're coming in with a lot of great takes. Richard Snyder, brother, love it, love it. How many offensive line players sell jerseys? LOL. Believe it or not, us big guys like those lineman jerseys because they look better on us.
Quite a few. The old Raiders, they sold a lot of them. I'll be honest with you.
I had a Rodney Hudson jersey.
Yeah, see, there you go. There was Wisniewski. What's
Art
that guy
Shell.
name?
I had Art Shell. Wisniewski.
Yeah, Art
I had
Shell.
all those.
They had a lot of in the old days. They sold a lot of them, but not today. Maybe only one, probably Miller.
Yeah. So Richard Snipe, Marcus Banks, my guy. Salute to you, brother, coming in here, man. We always love tearing it up with you, even though you're a Titans fan, but we still love you, man. You're still part of our family. Don't let anybody kid you on that one. Linebacker, once again, linebacker, you. Excellent takes, brother. Excellent takes. Willie Wayne, welcome in the house, my friend. Welcome.
Jeff comment. 3 to 5. Is that 3 to 5 inches of snow right now? Jeff? I just saw that.
Looks like we got a Eagles fan in here. Random Anthem. Salute, brother. Welcome in. Looking forward to tomorrow. Good luck to your team.
Got a Raiders.
Yeah. Silver and Black Shield. Thank you.
Click it back on. Click it back on.
Raiders.
There you go.
And then this, we got a new guy in the house, 4-1 Raider Jeff. Thank you so much for tapping in tonight with us, my friend.
He's being blocked. He's being blocked.
Yeah. But anyways, having said that, we're gonna get back to where we were at. And Duncan, I believe the conversation that we were having was that what type of player are we looking to draft? Because obviously the analytics and the sources and the rumbling is it's Heis Mendoza.
Yeah.
Looks like to be a preferred target for us. I know as the Raider Nation has shouted that out. How do you bring that into the fold?
Heis Mendoza?
Mm-hmm.
You draft him. I mean, I'm still standing on the ground that we got to draft that quarterback if we end up with that number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as we lose out, we're getting that number 1 because we have the Giants on our schedule. So there's no doubt we get that number 1 pick if we lose out.
Yeah.
And got to take that quarterback. It takes a burden off of who we draft after that, just because we don't got to worry about trying to finagle the draft order in order to trade up if we do build around before we get that quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
how do you equate that to our historically drafting of quarterbacks?
Historically drafting a quarterback, our first round's been terrible.
Okay,
because we had Jamarcus Russell as the last first round quarterback.
Wait. Well, we drafted 2 quarterbacks in the last so many years. We drafted Connor Cook and we drafted
Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell was 3, and then Derek Carr. We hadn't really drafted a quarterback in the first round besides Jamarcus fat ass Russell. So
we also drafted way before my time. We drafted a quarterback in the first round from USC.
Yeah.
I think they made a documentary on him.
The Mervish. Yeah, but
yeah.
How far you go back to that?
No ways.
Yeah, back in the 80s. So,
and technically we drafted Roman Gabriel the first pick too.
In the last 20-something years, who have we drafted as a quarterback? Aiden O'Connell, Derek Carr, and Connor Cook. So I find it hard to compare what quarterback drafted besides Jamarcus Russell they really drafted. Now, I'm not saying the Mendoza is going to be the guy that saves our team. We can draft him. And we can draft. There's a few other quarterbacks that we can draft too. The quarterback's not the issue for the Raiders. I'm sorry to disagree with you, Duncan. It's not the issue. The issue is the line. We got to get line. You get a decent defense, a good offensive line. It doesn't matter what quarterback you throw out there. If they can run the ball, doesn't really matter. The quarterback can throw a little 5-yard dinks, little 10-yard dumps. Yeah, that's fine. That's all we need. Get offensive line, run the ball. Make defense like they might run, they might pass. We don't know yet. You get a quarterback out there where we can do that. Fine. Mendoza, I agree, good pick. Moore, another good pick. There are a couple of quarterbacks out there that's a good pick, but they will do no good if we don't address the main thing we had a problem with.
Just to give a little pushback to your pushback respectfully, I think they're both major issues. I don't think one is necessarily that much bigger than the other. I think they're both big issues right now. And I think we got to add coaching to that also.
Oh, there it is.
So
cheers. That's the main thing.
We got so many holes to fill across the board, coaching and player wise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying you're wrong because you are technically right, but I also think I'm right because we have that many holes.
I'm not saying you're wrong either. I agree with you said. Like Mendoza, if he's there, get him, grab him. I agree with you that. I'm not saying you're wrong either. But I'm saying though, they got a lot of things to fill.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, they need to get those taken care of first. In a free agency, let's get a center, let's get another guard or another tackle. Let's get that. And then draft come up whether we want number 1 or number 8 or number 15. There are quarterbacks out there. And we can put them in there. Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off.
No.
I think we can draft Mendoza, but I also think we can get 1 or 2 O linemen in free agency. And we can also draft another 2 linemen in the draft to really bring in some talent to try to challenge that starting positions across all 5 spots.
Exactly.
This draft is really deep at offensive guard. Like right now, there's 6 guys that I think they'll be taken within the first 4 rounds that I really like.
Was that center that Jason you like Slaughter? Is it Slaughter?
Yeah, Slaughter
from Florida. He's real good too.
That dude is a monster. I watched that game. I watched a couple of games. I went back and watched a couple of games he played. He's a monster. We can get him as a true center.
Oh yeah,
not a guard that switched over. A true center. If we don't get a guy in free agency, because the guy you're talking about getting in free agency will be the guy from Baltimore, which I don't know if he'll lead that team.
I don't think he will.
If he does great, but I doubt it.
Yeah, but I also think Connor Liu from Auburn is a damn good center too.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah. What about that guy? What that guy was it? Texas Tech? I can't remember. This Texas season confused me. There's another guy center that's pretty damn good too. I don't know if it's Texas Tech or Texas A&M, but they got a few good centers that they can pick.
This draft is pretty good on the interior O line.
Yeah, it is.
And then also possibly for second round, if we wanted to look at an offensive tackle, specifically right tackle, Miller from Clemson's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Hey, salute, Tanner Jack. Welcome to the show, bro. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do this. Okay.
One of my preferences is a lot of times when you're evaluating offensive linemen and how you draft them is what university are they coming from? Because there's several universities that have just a knack for producing studly NFL quality linemen. You got Georgia, Iowa right now.
I think it's Iowa. Iowa.
4.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 Iowa linemen that are real good right now.
Look at
3 of them were all American.
You gotta look at schools that are run heavy, like Wisconsin. They're not as good this year. Wisconsin developed a lot of good tackles. Iowa's one. I mean, that's where you get them from. You don't get them from a small school. Fine. Caleb Rogers came from a small school, but he's still doing his job. Mm-hmm. You gotta get it. Okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? A running team? Let's run. Let's get those big beefy guys. Parham is not the man.
What's up, Michael Guerrero? Welcome in, man. Michael Guerrero.
Welcome.
Philly Michael G said we're all punks. Yeah, so is your mom and your dad and your sister that kissed you last night.
You better hope Philly rolls us. You guys ain't looking so good.
Yeah. Michael G, tell your sister how good a kisser you are. Let's see here. 2021 Reds made NFL history by starting 3-0 against teams that had 10 wins. Yeah, that was a good year. That was still Goon's team that was still left over. P9, yeah, well, it's going to be 91 against them if they don't get it right. Speaking of which, I'm about to go on a tangent, a rant right quick. Hope you guys don't mind. Agree with me or disagree, I don't care.
Oh, put your head up there.
Thank you. No, get the guys on there. Get that off here. I don't want to be on solo. Get out of here with that. So I'm hearing things about the organization internally. If you heard about this, let me know in the chat or you. That the reason why, like Besh, Rogers, Grant, and the rookies they dropped besides Genty and maybe Thornton didn't start is because those wasn't Pete Carroll's picks. And Pete Carroll's being defiant against the GM. I just heard this. I'm not saying it's true. I just heard it. I hear a lot of things, and I like, okay, whatever. I don't know. We can't validate that because we're not in the office with them, which we were. But that
So what do you think about that rumor? How would you perceive that rumor?
it's exactly what I want to get to. That reason why Pete Carroll didn't want to start Carroll Rogers, he's not ready. Because that probably wasn't Pete Carroll's pick in the draft. Besh is not ready. That wasn't Pete Carroll's probably pick in the draft. We're bringing Lockett. Well, Besh looked better to me than Lockett did in the last game. Shit, what, 6 targets, 6 catches? Look better to me. That Pete Carroll is being defiant because he wants his guys. People he picked. Not what Spytek picked. So I don't know if dissensions going on right now between those two or not. Hopefully not. Because GM supposed to get along with the coach, and the coach will get along with the GM. That makes it better. So what I just said, I don't know if it's true or not. This is what I hear. What do you think about what I just said, Jason?
Go ahead, Don.
Can I?
Either or.
Only thing I got about the whole Rodgers thing is Rodgers looked absolutely horrible in preseason. Like, he did not belong on the field. He was missing blocks left and right all preseason. So I think he actually did need that time through the season to get better, to get where he's at right now. So that's my only pushback on the Rodgers thing. On the other players, I could see it because Thornton and Porter both fit that Pete Carroll mold of real tall, really athletic, fast, physical guys, which is why they pushed Thornton to start at the beginning of the season.
No, it changed. You got to remember now, Pete Carroll bought Kai Blue Kelly. That was one of his guys he had before. Jane Porter, I thought, played way better than he did. Kai Blue Kelly is one of the worst cornerbacks in the league as far as passing. Let me finish. Jane Porter, I thought Jane Porter would have been a starter. He projected to be a starter. But no, that wasn't his pick neither. That was a Spytek pick. Dan Porter came in there and did well. Kai Blue Kelly was like the important player now because Kai Blue Kelly's hurt. As far as Rodgers is concerned, Rodgers is a rookie. You're going to make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
But compared to the rest of the guys on the O-line, Rodgers looked way better than with that. Was it 13 weeks now? Come on. Why it take him 13 weeks to get in the game? I don't understand that. He's not ready. He's not ready. He's a football player. He played football in college, high school, Pop Warner, whatever. He knows how to block. Why is he not ready? Never at the NFL level? Well, you drafted him to be in the NFL level. He wasn't a 7th round pick. He wasn't a UDFA. He was a 3rd round pick. Okay? So you must have saw something in the player. Why he's not playing? Well, we'll get Meredith in there and then switch the line. I mean, that's something that I'm not going to rant about that. that's the O-line guy, whatever, coach's fault. But I'm saying, though, to me, it seemed like Pete Carroll didn't want his guys not to play, the ones he brought in, not the ones that Spytek signed or drafted. Why do you think what's his name left? Who's
Kelly?
that linebacker? No,
The linebacker from the Bengals. Yeah, I don't remember his name. He wasn't very long lived.
Yeah, he was mad because Pete Carroll wanted to change the position, but Spytek said come on over. But Pete Carroll wanted to change position. I don't want to play that. No, I'm out. Amari Cooper came in there like, you want me to do what? No, Pete Carroll, I'm out of here. I don't know if Pete Carroll said that or was it Kelly or whoever. But the thing is that we had a lot of turnovers, not turnovers, but a lot of turnovers. Yeah, say turnover from players coming in. Players wanted to leave. In my history of watching football, I've never seen so many players leave one team, wanted to leave one team, than this year. Wanted out of here. One retired. One said trade me. The other one said they got cut because I'm done. I've never seen that before. So it has to be something with the coaching and the management. That's what I'm saying. Spytek and Pete Carroll, I don't think is not as golden as we think it is. My opinion and my opinion only. And I will stand by that. What say you, Jason? Kind of quiet over there.
Oh, I was just listening. I can add to that.
Go for it.
All right. In most cases, Duncan. Actually, Duncan, you go ahead because I know exactly what you're gonna say. Go ahead, Duncan.
No, Jason. No, I want to hear what you guys say. I want what you guys say. I want you guys to say. Say it, please. Say
Duncan's got it.
No, say it.
Okay, you want me to say it? It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who the coach is. Every coach that doesn't get to pick their players is going to abstain in some form or fashion and show preference to the players that he wants. It is traditional. That is what's happened. And tell that coach. Now we're going to go back to what Mark Davis's point is. He feels that the coach should have the most say or ultimate say in the construct of the roster and the players that are going to be performing on Sunday, because that allows him to put the players in that he decides. Now, once he does that, if they fail, guess what? He's unemployed. So that's what it comes down to. But every coach does that. When they come in, they acquire a roster that's not theirs. They start to formulate relationships or bonds and preferences with who's there, and then they're also going to do with their own as well. Sean McVay did it. Kyle Shanahan has done it. Andy Reid did it when he first got to Kansas City. He did it as well, where he sacrificed maybe a more talented player on the roster and played another person that he more preferred for his system. So that's going to happen. It happens in Little League. It happens in high school. It happens in college. And it happens in the pros.
Right.
That coaches are going to have preferential treatment of who they play. Now, when you do that, when you pick that person and you ride with that and you suck, you own it. Simple as that. So a good coach is somebody that can kind of knock that out a little bit and go, I got to play the best. Yeah, I know, Jimmy, you and our wives went and had dinner the other night together. And we're good friends, but go sit the bench, man. I got to play the guys better than you. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it's going to be. Now, these are rumors, right? We're hearing the rumors of this is going to, but what do we see with our own eyes? We see it with our own eyes, and it's in the press conferences about how he defends Geno in the press conferences, right? So we're not stupid. If you think we're stupid, you need to find another line of work, because this fan base is not dumb.
Nope.
There's a lot of smart. I mean, look at 805, for example. probably the smartest guy I ever met, and I haven't
Yeah.
even met him yet.
I met him, and the AL5 is a very intelligent guy. I'll tell you one thing.
You
I'll
know,
give that to him.
yeah. And he's just a piece of the Raider Nation. He's not, you know what I mean. So us all together, we're not stupid. We know. Well, yes, Michael, you are dumb because you want to vote for me in 2028, bro. Come on.
Even the average fan just can see what's going on. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And what you're saying right now is totally accurate. I agree 100% with that.
All right,
I know
Duncan,
that,
what you got?
it's a part that concerns me, that the GM and the head coach and the rest of the staff had to be on the same page. No, in the same book, not the same page, in the same book at least, minimum. Not on the same page, but in the same book. How do we build this team? And to me, it don't seem much like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Duncan, what do you got, Duncan?
I mean, I think the writing on the wall with Gino right now is he wants out. I mean, it's obvious. And based off all the interviews for the coaches that we've had so far this week, it seems like they're trying to, I don't know, get his back in a sense, make him feel better about himself, and get him back in the building, kind of, because he seems checked out, and I think Gino walking out is more negative on Pete Carroll than anything, because that's 100% hands down Pete Carroll's guy. We wouldn't have traded for Gino if Pete Carroll wasn't our coach.
They should read the private. Yeah. I think that like I said, normally GMs hire the coaches. Normally, the GM hires the coaches. Pete Carroll's in place, just like AP was in place, and they hired Gillespie. So I don't know what they're gonna do this year. Maybe Pete Carroll, they give a step down, retire. I don't know what they're gonna do. But we do need a better coach. Not a better coach, a better system. Not say coach, a better system.
Yeah.
Because Pete Carroll probably can run a system. He has a right. Do you see that? Jason, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jason. Now, Duncan, you can talk, man. It's your show.
It's not my show, but thank you.
It is now.
No, yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. We definitely need a better coach with a better system to come in. But I think as far as the system for the Raiders goes, for roster construction and who's in charge and everything, the writing's kind of on the wall with the contracts, because Pete Carroll was given a 3-year contract with a 4th-year option, and Spytek was given a 5-year contract, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the writing's on the wall that if not now, then eventually this is definitely Spytek's team. So I think it is going to start heading in the direction where Spytek has more power and control over the team than the coach. So
exactly,
I think Pete Carroll was.
We got ELC in the building. Yeah, ELC, you're starting tomorrow. I don't think so.
Yeah, but I think Pete Carroll was brought in to help start off as a partial GM in a sense, and roster construction and build up that kind of vibe in the locker room, because that's who Pete Carroll is, and was basically going to slowly give more control and power to Spytek to take those reins and build up the roster the way he wants it, and bring on his own coach after Pete Carroll moves on. So I think just simply with the contracts, like, Spytek's eventually going to be the guy who's running the whole thing.
Yeah, I can see your point. I think about Pete Carroll and they help Spytek to, because this is his first year being a true GM. He's been assistant GM and scouting department also. So he never had experience as being a true GM. He has experience at scouting players, assistant GM. So this is his first year. I look at it this way. He made some good picks. The picks he made is not performing. One reason. Genty's
We
not
don't know
running the
yet.
ball with. Wait, hold on a minute. No. GM's not. Genty's not running the ball yet because all of his line's not that good for him to get through the holes and cracks. Thornton can't hold the ball. I don't know if it's route running or what they're doing with him. Best didn't play that much. Caleb Rogers did look pretty good in the last game and a half. Grant, we haven't seen him yet. We don't know what his draft picks are capable of yet. Like you said, we don't know yet. We got to get to see that because the first round pick is not performing like we want him to. People say, "Oh, just a rough 1,600 yards." That's it. Yeah, hold your horses. I don't think that's going to happen because if we just stay off his line last year, he's not getting 1,600 yards. Then he barely might break 1,000 if he does. I think he had 670 yards, something like that, rushing. So he has to get like 130 yards in the last 4 games to break 1,000 or less than that. My math is off tonight. 4 games. So he get like 80 yards rushing in each game. And
Yeah.
I hadn't seen Genty run for more than 80 yards except for one game. That was the Chicago Bears. So, you know. What's up, Jason?
Hold on.
Yeah.
I had Genty going 1,100 yards as a respectable number, as kind of a benchmark for, because I really, like I said earlier, way back at the beginning of the show, and a lot of people too, a lot of us felt that just the change in the coaching staff was going to double our win total from last year, or somewhat get to that point. So I was at the 6 to 8 win game. Boy, was I off. And I had Genty at about 11 to 1,200 yards, respectfully. Just based on what I saw and what, the formula that they were going to use, especially with the previous offensive coordinator that we just let go. I didn't think that he was going to be a feature to where he was going to be busting out a buck and a quarter every game. But I did expect him to be at that 60 to 80 yard production.
Yeah.
Because I think it's only 75 yards a game, and you break 1,000 now with the amount of games that we play. So that benchmark that we've always held as a standard of 1,000 yards is actually gone. It should be higher now than what it's been in the past. So I truly think that benchmark now should be at 1,250 yards. You put until you get to 1,250 yards that's going to be the salute. That's where you're going to be subjected to all the accolades of having performance. So so be it.
Yeah, I think it's 65 yards to get 1,000, something like 61 point something yards a game, and you better achieve it. But we usually don't do this on the show because this is the podcast. I'm gonna bring a special guest. I'm bringing honestly Zavicasa right quick. They gonna meet for a minute. You guys got 15 minutes to talk. Go ahead.
15
What's
minutes.
How's everyone doing?
Put them guys on a clock. Hey, Gino
What is this?
Smith, how are
Hey,
you?
Hey, Gino, what's up?
What's up, Gino?
What's up, guys? Welcome to the cover last podcast, man.
Yeah, that's a good nickname for you too, Duck and Dodge.
Duck and Duck.
You got something to say negative or positive? You got something to say positive? We don't want to hear that shit. You got something to say positive? Go ahead.
We'll skip AR. Go ahead, on.
Bye.
Yeah.
Now, just want to say what's up, guys. Just want to jump on and shit. You know what I mean? Just see what's you guys. Seeing you guys are on. Just saying what's up.
Glad to have you. How's your trip going so far there, AR?
This is not a pull-up show, man. Usually pull-ups on Fridays, but this is our show. But since AR asked, he gets special treatment.
No, I just wanted to say
I don't know
hello
why.
and show you guys support, and me and Alt were together. We were watching you, so yeah, we don't want to take too much of your show and your time, but we just want to say salute to the gang.
You're part of the family, my friend.
You're part of the circle,
You're
man. Shit,
you're part of the family, so it don't. You know,
both
we
of you
don't.
guys always welcome to come in. I'm sorry, Jason. I didn't cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you did.
That's all good, gang. Well, look, like we don't want to interrupt your show. Like you keep on doing what you're doing. We just wanted to say hello. That's all. And yeah, go Raiders.
Till the next one.
All right, guys. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna cut you off again, Jason. I'm ask you guys a question. Barring, how many picks we got in the draft? We got 11, right?
We will have 11 when we get our compensatory stacked.
Okay, so we have 10 corner. Okay, it's 11. And we got 3 in the 4th. We lost a 3rd round, right? Because we traded for that for Pickett.
No, we traded Pickett for a 5th round. The 3rd round that we traded for Geno Smith was last year, not this year.
Didn't we lose the 3rd? Okay,
no, it was last year. So last year, once we traded for Geno Smith last year, we went into the draft without a 3rd round pick because we traded for him.
I got you.
Spytech traded back twice in the 2nd round and reclaimed some of those 3rd round
picks.
Right.
That was pre-draft. That's right. Yep. That's right. Okay. So we had 3 in the 4th and an extra 6.
Mm-hmm.
So, question to you, Duncan. Not counting a quarterback. Erase that memory. Erase it. What are you picking?
I mean, O-line, D-line, edge rusher. Best talent available at the pick when the pick happens.
Mm-hmm. So let's say, for example, first pick. Okay, we take Mendoza. Yay! Okay, 2nd round pick. What are you looking at?
Miller from Clemson, right tackle.
Slaughter from Florida, center.
Yeah, or one of the offensive guards in the draft. And we definitely need to shore up that O-line. Whether rookie quarterback or veteran quarterback plays next year for us, that O-line needs to be solidified.
No, I know what Jason thinks. He wants Slaughter. I'm with Jason on that. I'm 100% on that. I like that center because he's a beast. I would take him. I would take him in the 2nd round if he's there. Probably won't be, but if he's there, I would take him. What about you, Jason?
Slaughter, in my book, and I think a lot of the other draft experts have Slaughter. He's slated to go anywhere from 35 to 41 is where he's slotted to go. But we also, if you're not, Connor Lew is another one. I really like him from Auburn. He's somebody we can take a look at. If we specifically start looking at guard, if you're looking at guard specifically, Ione from Penn State, we could probably get him. I probably would.
He's going to go 1st round.
Who's that?
Ione?
Yeah, that Penn State guard. Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
You think he's a 1st round pick?
I definitely think he's 1st round pick.
I like him. Don't get me wrong.
Rose sounds good, Bill. Salute Rose now. Thanks for coming in, brother. I don't. He might be a later 1st round. I don't think he's top of the board, is he?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's gonna go 15 to 30-ish.
That's late, right? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
I put him up there with Booker from last year.
I've got him at about 40, my friend.
Yeah, I thought he
that's still high. I mean, I still think it's a starting quality. Are you gonna let me finish?
I'm not gonna let you finish. I had him in the 2nd round.
Hey, okay. All right. Caden Proctor, where do you got him, Chris?
Caden Proctor got me in late third.
Late third?
Yep.
What about you? What about you, Duncan?
Yeah, I actually agree with Chris on that one. Somewhere in the third round.
Let's see. I am having technical difficulties here. Here we go.
I like what Duncan said.
Much computer.
The guards from Utah look pretty nice too. I mean, they got, like you said, like Duncan said, we got a lot of guards coming out this year. They can pick and choose, but they got to pick the right ones.
Yep.
That fit the system that they're going to run. The first thing you got to do is get the coaching staff. Big Air going to stay. We don't know what's going to happen with him. OC is also going to be OC next year. We don't know. So first in the order of business is, okay, let's get the coaching staff together first, because we have a new GM. This is his first year doing. Now it's the second year going to it. Now he sees, because I think Jason, you mentioned that last time we talked. Despite that it came in late, it didn't have really that much to do with it, because he's the old coaching, the old scouting staff. Now they got new scouting staff, Brandon Hunt and his crew and everybody else. So it's new. So now they can go out there and do what they have to do. So, all right, who's the OC? It's gonna be Greg Olsen. Maybe we're tried that twice already. Or we're gonna get another innovative OC, or one that can create plays to benefit our offensive guys. Now, once we get the OC, they'll say the OC said, I need this particular type of player to do this for me. You know what I'm saying? Then we can work on that. But right now, I think it starts from them. It starts from the top. We got to get the top. We got to go. Brendan, the Carrolls. I love Pete Carroll. No, he helped my UFC win 2 national championships. Yeah, I love him. I don't care about Seattle winning the Super Bowl. I didn't care less. I love Pete Carroll. But it's time to move on. The game passed him by.
Mm-hmm.
So, question for you two in the chat. Say that the regular organization asked Pete Carroll, say, Pete Carroll, it's time for you to go. We'll pay the rest of the money, but you need to step down and retire. We won't fire you, but we need you to step down. So, after that, what type of coach do you want for the Raiders? An offensive headed coach or a defensive minded coach?
Go ahead, Duncan.
I really like the Rams defensive coordinator, Shula. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence on the offensive defensive side. As far as best head coach, I think Shula is probably the guy in my mind. But I struggle with picking a defensive minded head coach, because let's say we do get a good offensive coordinator. Well, he's going to be gone in 2 seasons if he performs well. Mm-hmm. Just because he's going to get a head coaching job of his own. So it's tough. I mean, you almost have to go with the offensive-minded head coach, just so that way you can guarantee you keep him. And there's a few guys on the offensive side that I'd be willing to give that shot to, whether it's the offensive coordinator from Seattle or the offensive coordinator from the Rams and LaFleur. I don't remember the Seahawks offensive coordinator's name.
Kubiak?
Yeah, Kubiak. Yeah. But
so if we're gonna change head coaches, keep on going, Duncan, because I think you're in the same ballpark there.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it. I'm kind of like, this is what you're saying. Like, this sounds reasonable. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, to win games, you have to score points, right? So technically, I would think the offensive-minded person is more important, because ultimately you have to score the points. So if you go a defensive minded head coach, you're not guaranteed to keep your offensive coordinator if he performs well, because he's going to get that head coaching spot of his own on a different team. So you kind of are forced to secure that offensive minded coach and make him your head coach. So I really like Shula, but because he's a defensive minded guy, like I don't know if I can justify taking him as the head coach.
My belief, and I don't know how many people in the chat can agree with me on this or not, but if we're gonna if we fire Pete Carroll, which I think it's going to happen, I think there's been enough behind closed doors to formulate to where Mark Davis has enough to say, you know what, we're going to have to move on from it. It's not working. So, so it's time to move on, right? So, the next coach that they bring in has to be that coach that we can marry with that number one draft pick, and it's going to have to be, if we're going to take a quarterback, it's going to have to be an offensive minded coach. An offensive minded coach that is structurally organized and I'm not just talking about the credentials in himself, but is structurally organized that can not only build a formidable offense, but could also build a formidable defense to be compatible with that offense. So they're going to have some type of organization, because the 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 offshoot of what causes a lot of these, Josh McDaniels is one of them, is when they get into the position of head coach. Yes, they're very solid in their expertise is, right? But do they have enough for the other side of the ball too, or the other two sides of the ball? Let's call it being a bean, man. It's got to be the special teams coach has got to be up to snuff as well, right? So it's very important for that coach to be able to create a staff that can not only elevate our first round pick and get us into that championship caliber at the top of the NFL, but also can build a formidable defense that can keep us there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by drafting a head coach, by getting the head coach that marries with that quarterback, the offensive coordinator could be expendable. Okay. And that's the way Kansas City's built right now. Their offensive coordinator is expendable. I don't care who's the offensive coordinator. It's my offense. I'm the head coach. But he also puts a lot of trust and enables his defensive coordinator to be exact as well and be on top of his game as well. Harbaugh with the Chargers the same way. You know, he is going to create the offense. He's going to build the offense. Now, Greg Roman is his right hand man when it comes to that. Don't get me wrong. So it's two heads collectively doing that, but he also has to make sure that his defensive side of the ball is structurally sound as well, with the coach from the defensive coordinator down to the line coach, secondary coach, linebackers coach, and all the assistants that have to perform in that room as well.
Yeah, Harbaugh is one of those rare coaches that he's a good offensive coach and a good defensive coach. He has both of those backfields, both of those backgrounds. I mean, excuse me, not backfield. You see, but I agree with you on that. It's like you can have a good offensive head coach, but he has to make sure that the offense, like you said, plays around with the defense. That's where it comes into the fact that the offensive coordinator, the offensive head coach, has to make sure he hires the correct defensive coordinator to fit his scheme. This is what we're going to do. So I looked at trying to get an offensive head coach, but we all know it's a cliche that goes around defense win championship. So I'm in part of getting a defensive head coach, not totally defensive head coach, but decent minor head coach, where like give and take. Look at Babro's doing. He's defensive head coach style guy. He used to be linebacker, but look what he did. He immediately got Josh McDaniels to be his offensive coordinator. Look what they're doing. So the guy from the Rams, like you said, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. You know, let's get somebody there that can build defense. Like I said, defense win championships. If he can stop the team from scoring, then we score points, there we win. Then speaking of which, I'm gonna go off track with that. Now let's talk about bringing Salah in from the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
You should have hired him a long time ago. What was you waiting on?
Well, wasn't the rumor on Sala that they offered him a really big contract to be the defensive coordinator under Pete Carroll and then take over after Pete Carroll retires?
Mm-hmm.
But he chose not to and went with the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Sala wants anything to do with a dysfunctional organization like the Jets again, which unfortunately that's what the Raiders are right now.
Yeah, but he does want an organization that might be structurally sound, but still is on a rebuild type situation. Yeah, a good place for him would be Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You got to think about it. Like I said, coaches don't want that record on their resume. You know, you are a defensive coordinator for this team, and you guys give it the most points, the most yards as defensive coordinator. You don't want that on his record. That means you won't get another job. Because Salah was the head coach of the Jets. He might want to be head coach again. So you want to make sure that his resume is intact. So he went to his better option. 49ers. Now they're winning. You know, I don't know if they're in playoffs or not. I didn't check it, but they're winning. So I'll do my job here. Hopefully, maybe somebody see me make a head coach job somewhere else. Go to the Raiders. They say you guys were 2-15. You get the worst defense in the league. Why we hire you as the head coach? No, you didn't want that.
So what's the next topic on our tracker thing?
I was waiting for Jason.
Because
I'm supposed to go to the party. My wife ain't called me in yet, so I'm cool.
Do I step up for the game?
You know what? Let's change that category because I think we're going to look past the game as we go forward.
Well, let's stay on that for 1 second. There's like one word, chat and everybody else. Who's gonna step up against it? One guy only, officer or defense. Who's gonna step up? Very quick, just like real quick. Duncan, you go. You're the guest. You're the guest host too.
I think Porter. Porter needs to step up. He's going to have his second straight game starting, and he's going to be playing against two really good receivers that Philly has.
Mm.
So, and they're both quick, fast receivers too. So, Porter's definitely going to have his hands full. So, we're going to see what he's made of this game.
Yeah. From a physical standpoint, he matches up with AJ Brown really well.
That's what I say. Same
from
thing.
From a physical standpoint.
Yeah, you say he has speed and height. Yeah, I was gonna say same. Good call. What about you, Jason? What do you think?
Who, me? Who has to step up tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Deuce Gruden. Has to step up tomorrow.
Why?
Because they're going to be playing in the snow.
Oh, the physical guy.
He better get them boys stretched and pliable and not be getting these groin injuries and quad injuries and gluteus maximus pulls and all that crap. So,
yeah,
I'm going to Deuce Gruden. And the equipment manager. Keep them warm. Don't let them. We don't need no frostbite.
You know what their step need to step up would be Glaze. DJ Glaze got to step up. The last two games, he looked horrid. Forsythe, I don't expect to step up because he sucks. Kappa sucks. But DJ Glaze has to step up. He's in second year. I know you're probably going through a slump, but come on, man. Step up. You got a rookie next to you. Step it up.
Where's BB?
Can I add another one? The Raiders team doctor. We need our tank commander Gino back.
okay.
Gotta get that first pick.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Chain gang will have to step up.
No, the only you gonna do that, then might as well. Mark Davis, step up.
I have a feeling Chain gang ain't gonna be moving very much tomorrow.
Nah.
They're gonna do that virtual measurement shit tomorrow, probably.
Nah.
Somebody don't like Deuce Gruden.
Oh, he's still going.
Michael Greer. Oh, he's getting fired too this year.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd fire his cheerleading coordinator as well while we're at it.
No. Why?
Because ain't nobody doing their job around there.
I think Chris might have some personal stock in that cheerleading coordinator.
So, Jason, you mean tell me you're gonna fire the cooks and the janitors and everybody too?
I think the meals have been pretty good. The guys are eating. The guys are eating healthy, so I think we're okay there. But as far as the janitors need to go, the window washers need to go.
No, the cooks need to go too because Farm's still lighting the ass. Farm is still like what 235 pounds.
Ooh, Parham?
Yeah, he's still lighting the ass. So
he looks like it, but now he's like 310, I think.
I don't think he's that.
He don't look that big.
Yeah, he don't. All right. Next topic. Fire Deuce Gruden. Yeah, okay. I'm good with that. They should have fired. Well, not fired. Should have went with his dad. Oh, Jeff, good. Kenny Pickett should show how bad Geno Smith really was. Yeah, we did that last game. Yeah. What? Geno Smith had one touchdown drive in the beginning. That was it. Geno threw down twice to get a score. If he had more time, it could have been a touchdown or a different play. So,
I don't think anybody wants to see Jeff streaking.
You know how many security guards it would take to tackle him if he did that?
He's not a small man.
Well, no.
I was saying how many? Yeah, he's not.
He can't use the cold weather as an excuse because his wife will be sitting right with him. Going, nope, it's not cold weather. No, cold weather didn't cause that.
Is there any news on Miller if he's suiting up at all?
No, he's out.
He's not.
Okay, that's good.
No,
he needs to just sit out and rest up.
They did put him in the 21-day window.
He can play, but they're going to put him there. He's able to play, but no, they're not going to put him in. And I will say, let him sit till next year. Put in Grant. Put in the young guys in because we're not winning anything. Why we need to win? I want to win. I want to kick everybody's ass this year, but they haven't done it yet. So put the young guys in. Let them see what they can do.
They need to put Grant at left tackle.
Exactly.
Rodgers made that much improvement from preseason to now. They need to put Grant in and see what he's got.
No, it's another guy that I haven't seen yet either. In 3 years. You know what that is?
Who's that?
Jason, you know what that is?
Who, Dalton Wagner?
There it is. What happened to him? Still on practice squad.
Yeah, and that says something about his ability. If he's still on the practice squad under
3 regimes,
3 regimes,
3 years, 3 years,
he's probably a practice squad.
Yeah, 3 regimes. There's a reason why he's there. Well, shit, you might as well put him in Parham's place and just let him just stand there. What's that guy, Lucky Tassi? Put him in there. Just put a big wall right there.
Well, they can't put Tassi in because then he loses his international eligibility.
He already did that. He lost that.
He lost that.
Oh, he did? How did he lose that?
Yeah, because we cut him and then brought him back to the practice squad.
No, that's how you're supposed to.
No. He has to be. You formulate him into the 53-man roster as an exemption. So when they dumped him and then brought him back. So he's technically now part on the practice squad. So he can be claimed right now.
Yeah, he's taking part of the team now.
No,
as a transitional. If you're the transitional, you're a silent 54th person on the roster. right? So you maintain that you maintain that status. Since they cut him and then brought him back, they cut him, which allowed him to seek employment with another team. Nobody picked him up, so he came back to our practice squad.
I don't think so, because the practice squad's 15 players, right?
Salute,
Huh?
salute to
The
Arnie.
Yes.
practice squad is 15.
Yes.
He's number 16.
Are you
He's
sure?
exempt.
Yeah,
Wait, he's exempt. Wait a minute, hold on a minute.
he
I think
he's
Ross-
in,
I think
he's
it-
exempt.
You
don't
might
count.
you
don't
might
count
be
the team
right.
roster.
You might be right, but when the rosters were coming out, I could have swore it was defined that by him getting cut, he would lose it, because last year they didn't cut him.
they didn't have him last year.
No, he was
And
with us
I'm last year. Lucky Tassi, he came this year.
That was this
Yeah,
year.
that's right, because he's exempt because the roster could be 15 on things, so it's 16. I'm sorry, I messed that up. He is still on the team, so I don't think anybody can pick him up from the Raiders roster, even though he's on practice squad. Only way they can pick him up if the Raiders actually sign him off the practice squad as a legitimate 53, and then put him back on the practice squad. Then he can be picked up.
Yeah,
But he's legally he's the international
he's internet that whatever that training thing is.
He's, what they call it,
He's a protected player right now.
Yeah, he's protected, so nobody can pick him up unless the Raiders decide to bring him up, put him on the team as a 50-man, bring him up off the practice squad.
You know what?
As a team, as a member of the team, they put him back. Then once he goes back,
And then I may be
guys are
mistaken, but I think he can be protected for 2 years.
yeah, it's 2 years. It is
You're
2 years.
absolutely right. This is his.
That's 2 years. I know it's 2 years.
Yeah, so we can do the same thing again. So technically, all the practice squad players get on the team for next season and off season, and then when they make their cuts and stuff, all the other players will be cut and then try to be brought back to the practice squad. He gets cut and put into the internationally protected spot.
Right.
So yeah, we can't bring Tossie in for this season if we want to keep him on that protected roster spot.
Jeff, I can't go to bed because I go to a Christmas party tonight. My wife hasn't called me yet to get ready to go, so I'm still waiting for her to call me. Until then, I'm still here, so shut up. You go to bed.
Right. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Duncan. So once he gets elevated to the active 53-man roster, he loses his international exemption.
All right.
And then yes, you are right. This is his first year, but this isn't our first international player. So
we have a few.
I got lost in the shuffle on that one.
Yeah,
but
you're only allowed one international player on the roster
at a time. Yes.
Yeah, because for that protected spot.
I think Philip did a guard a couple years ago the same way, where he was so good that they brought him up to the regular team, and I think he's still playing now.
Well, their left tackle was international that they ended up drafting.
Yeah, it was a tackle? Yeah. So yeah, we can do that too, but the guy hasn't played football at all in his whole lifespan, so he's a big guy.
I'm with you, Richard.
All right. Any final predictions, final thoughts?
Final thoughts is we better lose, and Gino better get healthy because we need our tank commander.
My final thoughts, I was in a competitive game, but if we lose, fine. If we win, shit. So I want to see some points on the board. I want to see that Jeff prediction, 31, but I doubt we get that much.
30-21. I'm done with score
in the snow. I don't know. The score prediction. If the Raiders get over 10 points a game, like wow, we get over 10 points. Like last weekend, I didn't expect us to get 17. I'm like, ooh. But yeah, I want to see a good game. I don't want to sit there and have to play video games while I'm watching a game. Getting bored of my fucking mind.
I think both teams are scoring under 20 this week or tomorrow.
You think so?
Does your over 40 points over under 40?
I'm going under 40.
I agree with that because Philadelphia didn't look good on offense the last few games. They haven't looked good at all.
I'm putting Saquon at 140 with 2 touchdowns to start off with.
How much?
140 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I can see that because the run defense isn't as good as it was in the beginning.
It's been a sieve the last 3 games.
No Vivians tomorrow. Yeah, I got to do Vivians tomorrow because I got to do my raid tomorrow. I got to do a raid.
A what?
No, Michael said no video games tomorrow, Chris. The Raiders suck. The Raiders gonna look bad. I'm gonna play my game. I got to do a raid in the game.
Raiders play the morning. Well, they play the first early game tomorrow, so
game, 10 o'clock.
It'll be a quick boom. So I don't have to wait till the afternoon to watch it. The fucking trailer.
Maybe it'll be like the Bronco game, and the first half will be over before the first hour.
Well, yeah, you know what? Well, it was over, but it got entertaining towards the end.
Well, no. I mean, how quickly paced the first half went, because that first half, it was so
like
fast.
25 minutes. It was like
there was hardly any commercials because both teams were just running the clock out.
No, one team was running the clock out. Broncos had an 8-minute drive.
Our first drive ran the clock out too.
Yeah.
But
there was only 2 possessions. Both teams only had 2 possessions, and there was 9 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, I know. Long, methodical drives.
Yeah, but hey, it was 7-7. At some point, halftime, we were in the game.
You see that? You see that, Jason?
What's that?
Jason, should Jeff go show us tomorrow? Yeah.
Might as well.
Paint the big shield on his chest.
Yeah. Hey, nobody gonna notice.
Yeah. If I was there, Jeff, I would do it with you.
Yeah, Jeff's going to the game tomorrow. He says he is. That's why he's down tonight, because he's in Philly with his wife.
Yep. Yeah, they're out. I think tonight they were going out somewhere, black hole gathering tonight. I don't know if it was tonight or last night or what the deal was, but I remember him saying that they had Friday night they had meet and greets. Saturday they had something going on.
Yeah, with the Philadelphia Black Hole chapter. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, PSA right quick. Hey guys, thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Christopher Raiders. In the middle is a special guest, and he will have a show come Tuesday with a guy next to him, Jason Downs. What's the guy's show called?
So on Tuesday nights, we will have a show called Raider Nation Show Me Your Shield, where we're gonna try and focus. It'll be more after the season's over, but we're gonna focus more on fandom and bringing other fans in and Q&A in them, and just kind of keep that vibe of what Raider Nation really means, what it means to every one of us. And then we'll dive into front office changes. We'll be doing analysis of that. We'll be doing analysis of pre-draft, free agency, and then obviously once those 2 start to kick off, we'll probably be running hot and heavy just like everybody else. But what we want to do also is we don't want to encroach. So Tuesday nights at 5:00 Pacific time, 7:00 Central time, because Duncan is in the Central time zone, and that would make it 8:00 Eastern time. All of our shows will be based out of the StreamYard, using StreamYard streaming services under the 401 Raider Jeff Productions banner. But we're going to do this together. It's something we talked about on Discord a while back and kind of formulated, hey, we got, because we have a whole community in our Discord chat that is phenomenal, except for Cairo 3. Okay, Cairo 3 needs to adjust himself. All right,
Jeff.
True Vosity. I know you're probably out there. If you ain't listening, we'll clip this for you. True Vosity, come on. We love you, brother, but get your head out.
Jeff. You get enough meat on your bones, man. You want me cold. You like a polar bear, dude. You got enough meat in your bones. You want me cold. 20 ain't nothing for you. So that's Tuesday night with Jason Downs and his new guy, Duncan. Sunday morning, stay tuned for my show with Jason Raider Nation Jason, not Jason, Jason, for a Sunday Pilgrim show. That's I brought you. That's at I forgot what time it was. It's at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time, which would be what 9:30 your time, Duncan.
That'd be 10:30 Central.
Okay, 10:30 was 9:30,
and then 11:30 Eastern
time. That's tomorrow morning. Then Monday morning, hopefully Jeff is back from the cold to do the Monday morning quarterback. We'll analyze that game, our MUPs and MVPs of the game. Stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe to Chris Ford Raiders and make sure to subscribe to Jason Downs.
Raiders First Downs at YouTube.
There we go. Subscribe both our channels.
Play on my last game.
Yeah, help us out. Help us out. We appreciate it.
So if you go Raiders First Downs at YouTube.com, click on that subscribe. I'm about 650 subscriptions away from 400. So take all the subscribers I can get. Hit the like button tonight. Please hit the like button.
On both our channels. Hit all the like buttons. Help us out because the algorithm does count. People don't realize that hitting the like button helps the algorithms out. It gets us our shows out faster and better. So, with that being said,
have a good night.
Duncan, you still want to roll or no?
Roll what?
Are you done for the night?
Oh yeah, I'm done for the night.
You look like you're wiped out. 2 hours of this, and you're already having too much fun.
Yeah, my daughter's already having too much time away from me. She wants me.
Yeah, go be daddy.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna cut you off, Jason, again, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Mr. Duncan is expecting a boy real soon. So to all the people in the chat, all the people watching, congratulations. He's expecting a little baby boy pretty soon.
Thank you.
So, we done?
With that said,
ended.
We'll be signing off for the rest of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Raider Nation, the night ain't over. When the lights get low, we answer the call. This is last call. Let's ride. Silver and black under Vegas sky. Another week down, the fire still flies. We've taken the punches, we've stood through the pain, but hope is different in the desert rain. Jeff leads the charge. Last call on deck, breaking down the truth with zero regret. Chris and Jason in the booth stand tall. Three voices, one nation, we ride for it all. Last call, turn it up, let the whole world hear. We bleed silver and black every night, every year. Win or lose, man, we still stand proud. 'Cause the nation rolls deep and we're always loud. Game day stories, highs and lows. What's next? Only the Raider wind knows. But tonight we break it down, no filter at all. This is your moment. Raise your glass, raise your voice, greater nation, this is our choice. Ride together, stand tall. Welcome to the show.